Meanwhile, at Bandai headquarters, so gather round. We need a treasure map legend. We need something that the people are gonna want. Something original, something new. Legend Shiryu. Something like from the Blackbeard Pirates. Maybe like a Blackbeard and crew. Could be cool. Nah, I've got it. Let's give the people an INT Blackbeard. And let's make him driven Powerhouse. Perfect. Don't we already have like 2 of them? And then like 2 free-to-play characters too? Just make it happen. Alright, so here it is. New batch. We have a new Legend Blackbeard, as you can see right here, because there's 2 artworks. Legend Blackbeard, INT Powerhouse driven. It is what it is. So we also have a Rare Recruit Burgess, as well as another Rare Recruit Shiryu. Why are you not a Legend Shiryu is beyond me. And then obviously we have the new treasure map Moria that we all predicted being a time skip Moria, which is actually pretty cool. Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we're breaking down the newest legend that is coming to OPTC, that is Craving Darkness of Blackbeard, the super class, super tandem, powerhouse driven INT Blackbeard. Yes, we are getting another INT driven Blackbeard, because we need more of them. Like, why don't you make him like free spirit driven, or like just like something really cool, and not INTs, just not INTs. We legit have 2 legend Blackbeards already that are INT driven powerhouse, being the dual unit and the original like super type. Then we've got like 2 free-to-play Blackbeards that are also INT driven powerhouses. It's just too much, Bandai. It's too much. Like, just a little bit of originality, a little bit of creativity. Like, imagine, like, Blackbeard's pretty free-spirited, right? Like, he's the polar opposite to what Luffy is. Why not make him, like, free-spirit driven or free-spirit powerhouse? Like, just something cool. And, like, I don't know, Sai to mix it up, or strength. Just, why not? Why not? But, look, it is what it is. He is a super class powerhouse unit, which is kind of nice. I actually predicted it in our chat for our alliance when we were talking, and a huge shout out to the Discord, as well as my boy Rizzy for the information provided. If you guys want to join the Discord, as always, link is in the description. We're going to break down the new Blackbeard, as well as the 2 new treasure map characters. So let's take a look now. Part 1 of the Sugo Fest banner looks a little bit like this. Obviously, it is a treasure map Sugo. If you're free to play, don't summon here. Simple as that. But for you whales, you guys like to rank your treasure map. Obviously, like, these guys are going to be your point boosters. So, let's take a quick look at his captain ability. He boosts driven and powerhouse characters by approximately 5.25 when match slots match. 4.75, by the way. It's a little bit low for my liking. 4.75. But look, it is what it is. HP by 1.5, which is very nice. Very common in Blackbeards to have a big HP pool. Makes INT and tandem slots have matching slot effects. And if the crew launches a special that applies a base attack boost or an auto heal mechanic, it will convert that effect into boost driven and powerhouse characters base attack by 1,250, regardless of what the effect is. Base, like, it just doesn't matter. So if you use any base attack booster, any auto heal, very similar to the dual unit Blackbeard, it'll just turn it into a base attack of 1,250, which is kind of cool. When the crew launches a special to apply chain multiplier boost or damage reduction, he will convert, minus threshold by the way, so you can still use threshold abilities. It will convert that into a 1.4 chain boost for 1 turn, no matter what the effect is. So, very similar to the dual unit Blackbeard, this guy basically doesn't let you use damage reduction effects, and if you do like an auto heal, he basically gives you a base stat boost. So if you use like a 500 base stat, say like a Shuridoji, he'll turn it into a 1250. So, big buff, nice multipliers, not a terrible unit. 1.4 chain multiplier is actually pretty nice, especially if you have like a character that just like gives a very low one. He's going to turn that into a 1.4, which is actually pretty strong, if I'm being completely honest with you. On a 12-turn cooldown, his special reduces enemy's HP by 20%, reduces 10 turns of bind, it's a lot of bind removal, and if you land 2 perfects, you'll set the chain multiplier at 2.75, maxing at 35 times for the next turn. If your captain is powerhouse or driven, sets the chain multiplier at 3 times, going up to 40, starting at 2.5 to 35 time for 1 turn otherwise. So, Another Powerhouse character that can give a chain boundary effect, but now is for Driven as well, which is kind of cool. This Blackbeard with, or on the Kid team, or having Kid on this Blackbeard team, is actually going to be really nice to have, because Kid can give that chain boundary effect, sorry, the chain buff, where this chain boundary is very, very strong for Driven teams. Obviously with X-Drake, we already had a Powerhouse unit that could do this, like, chain boundary effect. Obviously, Croc is Cerebral, so we have one for, like, Cerebral teams. But Croc was also Driven, so, like, Driven, Powerhouse, Cerebral are, like, the only three that have this big 3 to 40 chain boundary effect. But nevertheless, it's still very strong. The chain boundary effect is basically the new meta. Chain lock just doesn't exist anymore. So, pretty good special. Very good captain ability. My boy Kruby's just like, meh. He's whatever. His support goes on any of the Blackbeard pirates, as you can see there. New Katarina Devon we just got. Vasco Shot. San Juan Wolf. There's a new Shiryu, new Judge. But none of these characters are like standouts to me, besides the newer ones. But nevertheless, like, there's always going to be more Blackbeard pirates in the game. Once per quest, if the supporter character uses a special, he just sets the chain multiplier 2.75 for one turn. Not a bad support, honestly. Like, it's just free damage, right? It's free damage. Here's a super class for Powerhouse units. You need any of the Blackbeard pirates, or if you have both a chain additive multiplier boost as well as a base attack boost. So basically, if you get any of his abilities in his captain to proc, you're gonna get his super class, which gives Driven and Powerhouse characters 2.25 times attack, and also changes type slots into Tandem, which is really good because he's a super Tandem character. So generating Tandem slots, very, very nice for this particular Blackbeard. So there's me saying I fucking called it, because I did. There's Kruby having a bit of a cry about Marco again. At level 10 for Rumble, he targets enemies within a large range for attack times 2 and defense at level 5. Very annoying that he sets the defense low after the attack. Like a 31 curl. Like if he, this grinds my gears, man. Drop the defense, then do the attack, bro. Like this basic Rumble shit right there. Int type teammates. Oh, he's an int. Okay, that's nice. Oh no, there it is. The Powerhouse. HP, attack up level 5, HP up level 5, Powerhouse class teammates. Defense up level 5, and speed up level 5. If you build an int Powerhouse team, like this is good. This is really, really good. But look, it's a lot of synergy for one unit. So he is a super tandem character. I think I saw his super tandem up here. Basically, you need 2 of any of the supported characters, and this doesn't change from level 1 to level 5. You just need like Jesus Burgess, Shiryu, Van Ogre, Alvaro Pizarro, Lafitte, Katarina Devon, Swan Joan Wolf, Vasco Shot, Doc Q. Any of the original Blackbeard pirates, as well as those like newer ones. He applies an attack boost, tandem attack boost at 1.5 for Powerhouse and Driven, and boost the chain multiplier by 1.5. That is huge. That is a massive buff. At level 1, it's like a 1.25 times attack. So like it goes up from level 1 to level 5 and adds this chain multiplier effect. I don't know when this chain multiplier effect comes in. I imagine it's like around level 3-ish. Probably like 1.25 attack, 1.5 attack. Brings in the chain boundary, like the chain multiplier, and then goes up from there. But look, it is what it is. Blackbeard, fairly good unit. Honestly, like I'm pretty impressed. I'm not blown away, but like on paper, he seems kind of cool. Like he seems kind of cool. Alright, so next we have a Driven Powerhouse Int Burgess, which is kind of cool. We haven't had a new Burgess in a little while. Burgess reduces Powerhouse and Driven characters special charge by 2 turns, reduces Despair by 5 turns, double type effects for Driven and Powerhouse characters, and then reduce damage by 60% for 2 turns. So if you're using this guy under the Blackbeard, that 60% damage reduction is going to turn into a 1.4 chain buff. So color affinity, chain buff, cooldowns. You know me and my cooldowns, very nice unit. A little bit of Despair removal, which is kind of cool because Blackbeard removes binds. So it's a little bit of a nice addition there. I don't know what his sailors are though. Like you'd think that he'd have like a good sailor for like tandem effects or like reducing special reverse, but he goes on supported characters being basically any of the Blackbeard pirates, including Blackbeard himself. And his support is once per quest. If you're inflicted with bind, he reduces bind by 1 turn, reduces damage taken by 30% at the start of the next adventure. So 1 turn of bind removal is actually pretty decent. Like the bind removal as a support, you're never going to say no to that. Finally, we have Shiryu of the Rain, the user of the Clear Fruit. After he kills Absalom and takes Absalom's fruit, he deals 50 times his attack in non-type damage to all enemies that ignores defensive effects. Removes poisons, very common in Shiryu. Doing damage is good, by the way. Blackbeard does damage too, 20% HP cut. It means you can use supports like Halloween Lore and stuff like that. Attack down by 5 turns, reduces damage reduction by 5 turns, adds a 5,000 heal, and then there's a 2 times orb booster. Pretty nice, because this heal turns into the base stat boost, right? So, basically, if you're using him on a Blackbeard, it's an orb booster, then gives a base stat. Blackbeard's your attack booster. You got color affinity with Jesus Burgess, and you have a whole bunch of utility as well. So, pretty nice batch. Pretty good rare recruits, if I'm honest. Like, nothing, again, nothing that, like, blows me away. But, like, they're good units. They're just good units. Marshal D teach all of the Blackbeard Pirates again. Once per quest, inflicted with attack down, removes 1 turn of attack down. And heals 5% of crew's maximum HP. So, if you are doing, like, HP, like, teams, like Blackbeard, for example, 5% is going to be a lot of healing. Like, it's a lot of healing. At level 1 Super Tandem, by the way, for Blackbeard, as you can see, the condition doesn't change. You still need 2 of any of the Blackbeard Pirates. But this down here is what changes. 1.25 Tandem boost at level 1. But only needing 2 of the characters. Kind of nice. Kind of nice. Problem is, like, they're all kind of just shitty because, like, it's the Blackbeard Pirates. The banner structure is actually pretty good. I think we'll try to break this down in a later video. But third multi is a recommended character. And as you guys saw on the banners, I think Riz has put him down here. You've got basically, like, 2 treasure map legends, including the new Blackbeard, so 3. And then the 2 rare recruits. So 1 in 5 chance of some really good stuff. If you're going hard on treasure map and you just want to sort of like pick up the boosters, maybe doing like 3 multis on each of these banners isn't a terrible idea. If you're missing Carrot and Wonder, now's a great time to pick them up for stuff like the Grand Voyage. The Shellstown especially, they are essential for that. You definitely need them. So now's a good time to pick them up. For Burgess, his crewmate reduces 5 turns of special reverse, which is great. And if you tap with a Tandem Orb, he increases the Orb buff by 0.2. This is becoming a bigger trend with rare recruits now. Super Tandem rare recruit batches have this ability. You tap with a Tandem, they give an extra boost, which is actually pretty good. Especially like that, going on top of something like a 3 times orb boost. Turning it into like a 3.2 is really, really strong. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything, but like obviously Burgess being a orb booster himself. Wait, is this Burgess or is this... oh, sorry, color affinity. Burgess being a color affinity booster himself, he makes his color affinity 2.2 instead of 2 times, you know, so that's actually pretty cool. As for Shiryu, he boosts stats for Powerhouse and Slashes by 60, and then he adds 0.2 to the orb boost, and obviously he's an orb booster as well, which is pretty good. Blackbeard's crewmate abilities, if for whatever reason you're using him as a crewmate, boosts HP by 200 for Powerhouse and Driven characters. It's a lot of HP. And then reduces his own special charge by 1 turn every other time a Powerhouse or Driven character uses a special. So, pretty good Sailor ability. Not a bad, like, character, if I'm honest. Obviously, this is a treasure map banner. So, like, if you're still hunting the Anniversary Legends, probably pick up the Anniversary Legends. They're way more exclusive. They're way more powerful. They are way stronger. And another downside to these banners, it doesn't look like Lore or Kid is actually on these banners. So, that is a huge downside. But obviously, with the new Blackbeard being the treasure map booster, he is the one that is going to be, like, pristine for the final fight. But that's the new Blackbeard. All in all, new int-driven, original, just mad, Powerhouse Blackbeard. You love it, Bandai. Just come up with some creativity for crying out loud. That's all we ask for. God. Too much to ask. Too much to ask. But it's going to wrap up the video anyway, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me if you're new. Hit that big red subscribe button. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Later!